there! This is Isix, once again with another episode of Kerbal Space Program, and what the heck is this? Today's episode is going to be a little different. Hopefully, at least. We're going to try some alternatives to what I've been doing with my heavy launchers recently. For instance, there's this baby. This is the Xenon Zero. It's an untested rocket that makes use of the Xenon engines, solar panels and radioactive things and science and such. Also have with this cool little deal here. I have no idea how the circular tanks are going to interact with the ones in the middle, but I thought it looked cool, so I put it together. What else do we got going here? We got little tiny separators. We got sort of standard medium-sized rocketry. Yay! And you wouldn't think you'd be seeing these guys again. These are the old Mach 1 rocket boosters. Science! Let's see if we can take this baby for a stroll. I think also we're using the new flat probe here, which I kind of wish there was like a bigger version of this, but apparently I have to unlock that still. Oh well. To the launch pad. Now if this like tips over and explodes on before I do anything, I'm gonna be really pissed. Because it really shouldn't. It's not that heavy. In fact, this is probably one of the lightest rockets I've done in a while. For science! Alright. We got little shakes, but that's okay. SAS on. Resources good. Let's do some science real quick. Yeah, all of them are wired into the same thing. Let's test the solar panels. Don't usually have those come out. Particular this type, and they actually came out. Hooray! That is very good. You are acceptable, rocket. Now toggle those back together. Please? Please? Oh, come on. Guess I have to do it manually. What is it with these ones here? No. Tracked. There we go. Guess I can deploy them easily enough. Anywho, in a 3, a 2, a 1, blast off to adventure! Once again, the Kerbal Space Program. Holy hell! We're gaining some severe speed right away, yo. Go ahead and tamper down the liquid fuel engines a bit. Go ahead and map view ourselves close. And drop the excess weight. And holy crap, does my ear itch right now. Go ahead and speed us back up. We're already at 4,000 meters. Ooh, I miss being able to get to orbit quickly. I don't get that anymore with the heavy guys. Come on, get back on the 90. It's not going to do it, is it? We're climbing pretty fast. I like this. Hopefully, the top bit here, I should have put lights on it, will be light enough that even if I lose all the other rockets here, it'll be able to keep going on its own. We got weird flashy things from space. Clouds from space. It's like a space cloud. I don't know anymore. Let's do some science. Yeah, we can do that. Nothing else is workable right now. More atmospheric studies. I need to put more SAS components on here, because turning this baby's kind of a pain. Go ahead and start making our little bit of a turn here. So we are getting quite the velocity here. Don't want to be screaming too loudly here with the engines able to get us to orbit in one mighty blast. Tilt it all the way over. We're going to get to orbit real quick here. Now these Xenon engines don't have much kick to them, but they have a very efficient thrust capabilities. So basically the Delta V brought on by the Xenon engines is more than what the other fuel engines can do, probably all combined. Which is kind of amazing. Problem is, when you're trying to lift off from a planet, you need a little bit more of the kick. Not, because the Delta V brought onto this is dependent on space, aka you don't have to worry about falling back down. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the engine off because we got almost to orbit already. Huh. Let's go ahead and speed her up a bit. Whee! I am best at space. If we can turn over. It's a little easier if there's a little bit thrust, I've noticed. Slightly, kind of, maybe. Yeah, we're going too far. Oh well. Now, orbital! Where do we want to send this baby? Well, it has atmospheric sensor capabilities, so let's send it to... Eve or Duna? Eve or Duna? Well, it might be a while before I get back to Eve, so let's set Eve as the target. And let us get a orbiton. We'll want to be slowing down relative to the solar velocities, so let's go ahead and... No, I want to go this way. There we go. Say 3-minute burn. We're for sure going to run out of fuel. And we are out of fuel on this, actually. Well... Estimated burn? Oh, okay. Well, just cutting minutes off this thing. We added a few more. Anyway, let's give that a kick. So we'll slowly leave those stage behind. They'll come together and hug and kiss and be friends. Well, fast forward. One more level. One more time. I want to celebrate. So, I thought about my mission from last time. And I did something kind of stupid, didn't I? I should have went into my deorbiting at a much higher altitude. That way, I could, well, contain my enthusiasm. I'm in totally the wrong spot here. Okay, let's go this way, since you want to go that way. We got T-minus 20-some seconds, and this thing's fighting me like crazy. Let's go ahead and just let it spin around like that. Pretty sure it's going to be on the level. Yeah, so then I could sort of more carefully regulate my descending speed, as opposed to just crashing right down into Vela. Because I guess I'm used to having a little bit more oomph to my rockets. The small rocket there and the atomic engine don't really got that. Start slowing down a bit. I'll be late to my maneuver, but oh well, doesn't actually matter. Ta-da! Science! It kind of works. Alright. Go ahead and and settle us there. Burn us up. Now here you can do something like this. Or was it this? No, that's not it. Time warp. Alright, we can actually search. Okay. We're using a not large ship, so we're gonna go ahead and burn down our thrusting here, our burn, using the speed warp. Whoa! That wanted to destroy us forever. It almost snapped the top off. Once you pop, you can't stop. But we seem to be holding together otherwise. That's good. We still have some fuel in this baby, and it should be more than enough to get us to our destination. Bonk. Hooray! Now I'm gonna go do the fly through space for a bit and get into Eve. I'll be with you in a bit. Isn't it magical? Silhouetted on the sun. Should I come to visit our Evie friend? Let's find out. Another orbit. Way. In short, these little donuts, what do? They use up fuel. Hooray! And that one there still has fuel. And so, yeah, these are all, like, treated as one stack. That's pretty cool, I have to say. No way. Anyway, we are set to go to Eve. Eve Encounter presents the fast forward button. So, I haven't really got a chance to try the Xenon engines yet, but perhaps on a more jovial type jaunt, we'll make better use of them. Keep getting messed up which one of these, which such, because I click on this and I click on that and it clicks on that and it's like, ah! Anyway, I might actually cancel out some of these orbits, bring those payloads home, or just self-destruct them, or whatever fits your fancy as far as explanations go. But yeah, coming in on Eve, nice and hot. Woody-ho! Bonk. Alright, let's go ahead and zoom in a bit. We are going to want to be pointed retrograde for our orbit. Excuse me. If we're going to try to get into, well, an orbit of the planet in question. Can we see Eve yet? Eve vent horizon, as it were? Nah, she's still hidden in the background, I'm afraid. Or just not rendered. I don't know. Well, it would be pretty much opposite the sun. Somewhere off there. Yeah, let's go ahead and fast forward some. More than that. More than that. There we go. And Bonza. Ooh, we're nice and close, aren't we? Or are we? Where is this thing? Eve, where are you? Are you down there? Don't know. I guess you are kind of up a bit. Yeah, well, let's go ahead and chomp down on that. Go ahead and get our maneuver set up. Hope you didn't hear me just snort there. So it'll be up there somewhere, maybe? The darkness. Hiding. among the stars. So bright, yet so dim. The children of the night, they are. What was that? Oh, no, it's a galaxy. Anyway, let us speed up a bit. Get into... Oh, there you are. Hello! Who's a beautiful baby tonight? Ooh, yes, you are, Miss Purple Planet. Now, it does have a moon. Little tiny itty-bitty moon. That we're not going to be visiting today. Maybe another time. But, for the future, right? As with all things. Wait, I should be doing science. Holy crap, I should be doing science. I'm going to extend my solar panels. Even though it might be a stupid idea. If I hit the atmosphere with this kind of thing. Just do this for a bit. There we go. Yeah, run out of your electric charge, baby. It's okay, because we're going to speed you up. You can build it right back up. Electric. Totally electric, yo. And we're uploading our data in space. Space data. This is what I do a lot off camera. Just sort of watch the planet and our moon, and in case of Jules, and just sort of let things upload. It's like uploading a YouTube video, sort of, except it's more science-y. It's like truthiness, but different. Alright. Yeah, we're pretty much out of using that there. Go ahead and... Whoa! Speeds are up a little bit. So Eve is supposed to be the analog to Venus. Of course, unlike Venus, there are no clouds over this particular planet. And unlike Venus, it has a moon. So it's only kind of like Venus. It's about the same mass as Kerbal, if I believe correctly. It also has a super dense atmosphere, so if I hit that at all, well, it'll be a one-way trip probably. That's sort of beg the question, how do you do a landing there that's like actually going to return carbonauts and things like that? You just leave them there? Do you build them a space plane and send it down and rescue them? Or does something else have to happen? Well, probably see if I can skip along the atmosphere. Perhaps just a little bit. I'm going to run out of this main bit of engine soon enough. And here we go. Now, please, come on. I hate having to wait for the countdown. Righty then. We are getting into the Eve system. Nice and close. Just like she likes it. And we are out of fuel. Now, the Xenon engine is now firing. Fortunately, it takes like 53 minutes to get anywhere. So this is sort of the put it on and forget it type engine, just so you know. We're slowly burning down fuel. Question is that going to be enough to get us before our Oasis really kind of catches up with us? Well, we'll be able to get to orbit, I think. But I will need to fast forward, if I can. Yeah, this button. Now, since it's so small, it doesn't really matter with its shaky cam. We are now at ×4 speed. We are getting lots of delta V, and we'll see you at some point here. Does this take a long time? Even sped freaking up, yo. At least it's slowly burning down. All sci-fi-like. Thing is, folks, these engines actually exist. These super crazy efficient electro xenon engines, ion propulsion, that's a thing now. The thing is, though, with Kerbal space program here, it might not be the best option since, well, your speed up possibilities are fairly limited. Perhaps they should make it so that you can do a automated turn on and turn off with this engine, and then you can sort of play other rockets and things like that, and it'll take care of itself. Just have to make sure you don't have too many of these running at the same time then. It's a possibility, I think. But might require some fundamental changes to what's going on here. Oh well. 9 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. Take one down and pass it around. 98 bottles of beer on the wall. Extreme close-up. Whoa! Whoa! It was you who stole the 73rd bottle of beer off the wall. That makes you a rebel and a traitor. You'll be executed at dawn. Good day. Something's actually happening, finally. Bongo. Connect. Cool. Well, since we're already burning down, might as well keep going until we fall right into Eve. Why? Because hitting the atmosphere is lovely. Especially this time of year. I just want to get my periapsis down just the right amount. Millions of miles, kilometers, patience, actions, destructive impulses, all push us down, down, down with the ion engine. It still has most of its fuel. This is amazing. So I could potentially throw something up like this, come back in a couple hours, and it be thrusted properly to Joule. I just have to make sure to set myself an alarm. And it should be fantastic. And what more, and get to approach it properly, should be able to even do some maneuvers between those moons and things. Maybe even get to Lathe itself. Perhaps plunge right into the Julian atmosphere. To collapse. To die among the clouds. The size of oceans. Floating beneath our feet. Where is the promised land? Where is the brave new world? Where do all the dreams go when they die? We can move the world today. I'm suddenly hungry. Not sure why. Maybe it's because I've been here for thousands of years. Never mind. Alright, I'm actually going to slow her back down in a few moments here. Yes. Yes. Yes! You're the man now, dog. Wait. Don't know where I'm going with that. 9, 28, 27, 6, 5, 4, 23, 2, still freaking million kilometers. Whoops. Let's do it like this, I think. This would be a good option for the moment. I liked it better like that. Alright. Coming in nice and hot. Do it when it's hot. Do it when it's hot. think 96. Hence, do that. Yeah, we don't need the maneuver anymore. We can go ahead and kill that off. Let's bring this in slightly. Just hit the top of the atmosphere. Maybe we'll get even a second orbit out of this. Alright, well, here we are. Can we do any science? Not effectively. Let's speed her up a bit. I was hoping to get to maybe another rocket here at some point today, and I might yet do so, because I've been playing around with some docking ports and things like that. I haven't actually docked anything yet, I've just been putting on rockets. That's good enough, right? Holy crap, we're coming in! Okay. Now we are much closer to Eve. Nothing new science-wise. Bill Nye the Science-Wise. I wonder if that's copyrighted and if I'm going to get a DMCA takedown notice now. Bill, why have you forsaken me? Can we do science now? Not really. Coming in very quickly. Still about a million. So out. It's a big planet. Nothing new. Speed her up again. 400, 300. Oh, there we are. Getting temperature scans. Getting gravity scans. Scan all the things. Yes, I'm greedy for science. And we're probably going to have some issues here, I think. Especially since we're about to hit the upper atmosphere. Hooray, we're getting our solar panels back. That's good. Freaking gravity scans. At least it's a cheap antenna I got going on. These here. I'm going to have to retract my solar panels soon. Look at her there. Yes, islands and everything. Temperature scan. I should probably go to the environment. The surface galaxy pass over a massive crater site. Cool. Does that mean Eve has biomes or something now? That'd be pretty cool. But, I actually need to, one, make sure my time warp is down. No, it's not going to retract the solar panels, so I'm going to have to do so manually. We are nominally... Oop. Stop doing that. Just trying to do the thing with the stuff. Don't want to lose you guys if we actually make it into another orbit. Tracked. Now, toss that. We are getting a little atmospheric pressure. We are slowing down. That could be because we're past the periapsis. Now, I am going to go ahead, speed us up. No, we don't want to be speeding up, we want to be slowing down. This is an optimal time to do so. Even though it's not going to be very effective. Don't have to care about that anymore. Alright, so we've done our primary gravity scan on close approach, plus the temperature readings from the same. Alright, that means when we come around again, we'll go ahead and kick towards the atmosphere. Alright, well, I'll be with you in a bit. Okay, we are now set to come in at 63,000 meters. Let's go ahead and... Oop, are we throttled up? Shouldn't be. Okay. Alright. We're cruising now. Well, now we're cruising. Now this should hit the atmosphere, assuming its atmosphere is at least as high as Kerbin's, and we might see some real cool stuff. Actually, let's go into close view approach. There we go. Ah, such a pretty purple planet. It's like if Barney the dinosaur wasn't so freaking weird. I like dinosaurs, but Barney, man. Ah. Really? Come on, people. You can do better. I know you can. I haven't lost faith in humanity yet. Well, except for some people, but everybody hates Nazis. Except other Nazis. Damn them! Ooh, nice bass tone. The sun goes away and stops blinding us. We watch Eve from the dark side. I do like the sort of curved light coming in thing going on. You know, not sure if there's really an ideal way to be hitting the atmosphere with this thing. It's not very aerodynamic except for the nose. Coming in hot. Ooh, I like the edge effect here on the horizon. Makes for a very pretty edge of the world. Alright, we're coming in. Is there any more science to do of interest? Not really at that point. We are going to be passing at least 60-some thousand, probably further down. Lots of pass our master crater sites. Well, I guess that is most of the planet here. We are getting upper atmosphere effects. We are going to be slowed by this. Just ever so slightly, perhaps. Maybe a whole lot. Okay, nope. Nope, nothing new there. Probably need to be a little bit further down the atmosphere before we start really getting the good effects. Look at that. It's pulling down our orbit, like, quick and like. We are now aerobraking successfully. We want to be able to transmit any science we come up with in realish time. Fly by at Eve. Film 11. Nothing new there. Just want to keep track of this. Should be able to do atmospheric scans. We're in the freaking atmosphere. Okay, seismic scans don't really make sense, but you know. Don't mind me. Just going to the stratosphere. Or will this be the mesosphere? Well, all the same, definitely on the return trip we'll be crash landing, if not this time. Because this is quite the braking maneuver here. So I now know that if we manage to get out of this, that I can send a craft down to this sort of altitude and just break it, you know? And then I could maybe fire it again up here, and it'll really dramatically change in orbit. That's pretty cool, actually. I like that. And we got another orbit in us. We can afford the power consumptions. Now we aren't burning up so much anymore. This is still slowing down, getting lower. So we lost like a couple thousand meters on that. Any more, we're going to start losing exponentially more. So we could do perhaps several roundabouts still, but I'm not going to put money on it. How much money am I going to put on it? None! Ha ha! Because I don't bet like that. I don't risk money on stupid things. Whee! Alright, now. This is going to be 44 minutes in-game. Let's go ahead and speed it up so that it's not nearly that long. It won't let us, though. Sadness. Infinite sadness. Come on. You want to... I'll be back with you guys. Come on, Kerbals. I forgot if you are at 4 and it's stuck at 4, I can go back down and it'll reset. So let's swing ourselves about. Gangnam style, or... no. I don't think that applies here. That doesn't work here. I can't build that. There's a snake in my boot. Alright. Alright, we are back into the 90s. It was acceptable in the 90s. Wait, no, it wasn't. I want to be this direction, I think. Yes. Right on the nose, as they say. The nose cone. Ha 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 ha. Whatever. I remember back in the day, I used to have to do all my orbital maneuvering without nodes and things. This is sort of like that, but different and more explodey. Actually, that's pretty explodey. I don't remember how many rockets I exploded before the more recent versions. Billions, perhaps. Billions of clones of Bill, Bob, and Jebediah. Their organs strewn across the tarmac. On fire. With forks in them. It was horrific, I tell you. Horrific. Now we are probably slowing down even further. Yep. Our oasis is coming down quickly. Hooray, aero braking. Just another 30 orbits like this, and we might be able to land softly or something. I don't know. This is kind of a new experiment for me. It's a nice thick atmosphere. Maybe I can actually get it to be hitting a really low terminal loss. I should have put, like, a parachute on this or something. Oh well. Science? Nothing new or interesting. Or effective. I'm not going to spend all my electric power just to get 0.1 science out. We're under 60,000. And we're gonna be... I think this is it. We're gonna be crashing. No bones about it. This is it. This looks like the end of the Xenon Zero. You've been a weird ship, but I'll accept you for what you are. Slow to accelerate, but efficient in your execution. Haha, execution, you're being destroyed. Alright, let's... ooh. Temperature scan. Holy smokes. Alright. That makes me so happy. 12,000. What the... mind-boggling. I should have done this ages ago. Now I'm going to have to send one of these off to Duna and one of these off to Lathe. It's going to be delicious. Just get as much as you can. I know I'm not going to get it all, but for impacts, but yeah, just gotta try. Let's try extending the solar... No, there goes the solar panels. As they just sort of burn up. More science! Because it's never too late. Turn off the SAS, because it's not helping. Just draining power. We need as much transmission power as possible on our terminal velocity. Down to the Badlands of Eve. Why do you know they're Badlands? Because they are gonna kill the Xenon Zero. Oh god. This time I'm actually intentionally crashing the probe. Yay! Just a little bit more. Come on. You can do it! These packets are so freaking huge. Take so much power. Maybe a robotic space plane's in order. Hey, we're actually coming down velocity-wise pretty far. I should probably actually tilt up. I'm gonna fire the engines. I'm not gonna help, really. But I figured, yeah, everybody a little bit helps. Alright. Getting the lower atmosphere now. A whole new set of scans. Not gonna have nearly enough power, of course. Our power's probably being eaten up by the engines. You never know. It could somehow come to a stop. Somehow, maybe. I kind of doubt it. We are still pretty high up. Wouldn't that be weird to be using an ion engine to land? That'd be weird and kind of stupid, to be honest. I'm not going to take it, complain too much if it actually happens, but come on, really? Because our velocity's coming down pretty quick now. With how much distance we have to burn through still. Didn't realize this probably took electric power to run. Oh well. This is an experiment. This is science. This is Sparta and things like that too, I guess. 7,000. Falling below 100 meters per second. Some of this might survive. Maybe. Doubtful. But, falling under 90. The atmosphere is real nice and thick here. Still decelerating. This would be a very nice opportunity to have a surprise parachute I didn't pack suddenly pop open. I'm definitely going to have to do this again. But with a parachute. Because 12,000? What the? What? That's not allowed. Come on, that's just do one more. And here we go. Bye. Little Xenon data packet. Packet. Vessel destroyed. Cannot edit save at this point. Well, no duh. Now, if this was like an ocean, maybe it would have gone splash and not exploded. Still had 73 meters per second, only 3,000 meters to cut it off in that case. Yeah, about that. Well, that was pretty sweet. Probably call it an episode after I check out my science payload. Like bonkers. Hey, it's daytime. We have we didn't get much science downloaded from the entry there, but perhaps enough for something cool. We got a large version. That might be something cool to have. We got lander parts. We got another Probodyne guidance unit. On reaction wheels is totally hypoallergenic. Yes. Was this the large one? 0.1, 0.5. So this is probably the larger. RC 2000. We got some new engines for our space planes and things like that. So I think I'm going to, with my fantastical gains, go ahead and just sort of grab this. Hooray! And I think I'm going to give you a brief preview of something before we finish up here. Which I might redesign slightly, given new parts availability. I've been building some rockets that will hopefully work well with, where is it? Yeah, like this. That we can sort of put them up, assemble an orbit, send them on their merry way. There's a... that's the experimental barge. That's not what I wanted. That's an old school rocket now. It's weird when you think about that. Portal engine, that's what I want to look at. I really need to clean out all the old designs. Here we are. Yeah, that's nice and big there, isn't it? Nice. Fits right over the big ones, doesn't it? Alright, so if I want a very wide probe, I can use that. Cool. And that might be a good start for a space station, too. Yeah, something like this. You got a docking port up here. You got some power and RCS and all that fun jazz. And some engines here. And if I put these in orbit, that's all well and good, actually. Even if I use some of their fuel. Because I have another rocket that has fuel I can just hook this up to and be happy with. And I have, another one that's like the lander and things like that. And I'll be showing those to you as they get launched, I think. But there's one more thing I wanted to sort of give a poke at, if I may. Like a Brian may. Ha 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 ha. So I'm probably going to destroy some of the old probes, since they aren't really doing anything. And we have the wrong flyer. So remember how the Wright brothers had their Wright flyer, their airplane thing? Well, this one's the wrong one. Think about it, guys. There we go. It's floating in the air like most aircraft do before we realize that to apply to physics. I'll probably scrape the little air intake thing on its bum there. I probably should put that on top, actually, when I think about it. Ta-da! That's probably going to be incredibly unstable, but let's go ahead and launch this baby. Jebediah, you're probably going to be in the pilot seat. You've informed your next of kin already, so you should be in good shape. Hi, Jebediah. You're in an airplane. That's butt heavy. Look at that. It's going to scrape its engine along the ground. Anyway, the brakes on, off. Brake. Okay, so that's what that key does. Let's see if we can get you airborne. Whee! And then you... Whoa! Then you fly off to the side, because you have no horizontal stability, do ya? Jebediah is sad now, because he didn't get to go into the sky. Oh well, I think I'm going to leave it there. We're going to recover the vessel. Maybe we'll get science because it's our first space plane. Probably not, but I just figured I'd give it a try. +0 science from this mission. Oh well, it's first good attempt, right? I'll actually design a real one at some point, probably before the next episode. Maybe even start the episode off with one of those. Otherwise, we'll start with the launching random parts and assembling them in orbit. Orbital! Anyway, till next time, toodles!